Coming to a second product, that is a cross product. What is cross product? The product of two vector will be vector. That is called a cross product. In dot product, the product of two vector was scalar, but in cross product, the product of two vector will be vector. Vector into vector will be again vector. So that is the symbol of cross product. It is showing that it is a cross product. That is the symbol of cross product. And here the angle will be, angle we use is sine theta. In dot product we use cos theta, and cross product we use sine theta. And sine at 0 degree will be equal to 0, and sine 90 will be equal to 1. It is actually opposite to the dot product. Now if we talk about the example of cross product, we take torque, that is equal to radius into force. Again, radius is a vector quantity, force is a vector quantity, and torque is also a vector quantity. So the product of two vector will be the vector, that is called a cross product. And if we want to remove this, the symbol of cross product, so we'll be writing torque is equals to radius into force sine theta. And if we want to remove this sine theta, we will be adding this symbol, that is cross, that is representing a cross product. In cross product, I equals to j into j equals to k into k will be equal to 0, and I into j, j into k, and k into I will be equal to 1. In dot product, these vectors were equal to 1 and these vectors were equal to 0. But in cross product, these vectors are equal to 0 and these vectors are equal to 1. Let's see how. Here are three dimensions, that is x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. This is represented by I, j, and this is represented by k. When I into I, when 2i means two vectors are moving into the same direction on x-axis, so the angle will be 0. And if two vectors that are on y-axis on the same direction, the angle will be 0. And when two vectors, that is k into k, are on the same direction on z-axis, the angle will be 0. If the angle will be 0, so we know that sine 0 degree will be equal 0. So that is why these vectors are equal to 0. But in dot product, that was that cos 0 was equal to 1. That is why these all vectors were equal to 1. But now in cross product, the sine 0 is equal to 0. So that is why these vectors are equal to 0. Now if we talk about this, y and z, these are three dimensions. Now there are two vectors, one is I and one is on x-axis, one is on y-axis, so the angle will be 90 degree. And if j into k, if one vector is on y-axis, one vector is on z-axis, so that is again the angle, that is 90 degree. And then if the two vectors, one is k and I, one is on z-axis and one is on x-axis, so again that is equal to 90 degree. So here the angle will be 90 degree, and we know that sine 90 degree is equal to 1. So that is why these all vectors are equal to 1.